What if you could actually reprogram your mind to crave hard work? The audiobook Self-Persuasion Mastery, Brainwash Yourself to Crave Hard Work Instantly, reveals 7 powerful psychological triggers that transform procrastination into unstoppable drive. You'll discover how to maintain consistent motivation without relying on willpower or force. Don't let lack of motivation hold you back. These proven mental strategies can make the difference between staying stuck and achieving extraordinary results in every area of your life. Before we go on, I invite you to download the free bundle, which contains the ebook version of this book and an executive summary of all the chapters with the key takeaways. Studies show that engaging with content through multiple formats significantly enhances learning and retention. Click on the first link in the description to claim your free bundle now and maximize your learning potential. Now it's free, but it won't be for long, so make sure to grab it while you can. Chapter 1: Ignite the Spark. Have you ever wondered why some people seem naturally driven to work hard while others struggle to find motivation? The difference often lies not in innate abilities or circumstances, but in understanding and harnessing the power of intrinsic motivation, the internal drive that makes us pursue goals for their inherent satisfaction rather than external rewards. Motivation is the invisible force that propels us forward, shapes our decisions, and determines whether we'll push through challenges or give up when faced with obstacles. But not all motivation is created equal. While external rewards like money, recognition, or praise can temporarily boost our drive, they often lead to diminishing returns over time. The key to developing a sustainable craving for hard work lies in tapping into something deeper: your intrinsic motivation. Think of intrinsic motivation as an internal engine that powers your actions through genuine interest and personal fulfillment. Unlike external motivators that can fade or lose their appeal, intrinsic motivation becomes stronger with use. It's the difference between exercising because you have to and exercising because you genuinely enjoy the feeling of becoming stronger and more capable. The journey to mastering self-motivation begins with understanding the fundamental distinction between intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation relies on external rewards or punishments, the carrot and stick approach. While these can be effective in the short term, they often lead to a cycle of diminishing returns, requiring increasingly larger rewards to maintain the same level of motivation. Intrinsic motivation, on the other hand, comes from within. It's driven by personal satisfaction, curiosity, and the desire for growth. When you're intrinsically motivated, the work itself becomes rewarding. You don't need external incentives because the activity provides its own rewards through feelings of accomplishment, mastery, and personal development. This is where self-determination theory comes into play, a framework that explains how human motivation works at its core. According to this theory, 3 basic psychological needs drive our intrinsic motivation: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Autonomy gives us a sense of control over our actions and decisions. Competence allows us to feel capable and effective in our endeavors. Relatedness connects our efforts to meaningful relationships and broader purposes. Understanding these components is crucial because they form the foundation of sustainable motivation. When you align your goals and actions with these 3 needs, you create a powerful internal drive that can sustain long-term effort and dedication. This alignment transforms hard work from a burden into a source of satisfaction and personal growth. But how do you tap into this powerful source of motivation? It starts with uncovering your core values, the principles and beliefs that truly matter to you. Your values act as an internal compass, guiding your decisions and actions. When your work aligns with your values, it naturally becomes more meaningful and engaging. Consider what truly drives you at your core. What makes you feel alive and energized? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? These questions help reveal your personal why, the deeper purpose that can fuel your motivation even when tasks become challenging. The power of knowing your why cannot be overstated. It transforms mundane tasks into meaningful steps toward your larger goals. When you understand the purpose behind your actions, even difficult work becomes easier to embrace. Your why acts as an anchor, keeping you focused and motivated when distractions or obstacles arise. This brings us to the crucial process of aligning your goals with your core motivations. Goals that resonate with your values and connect to your larger purpose naturally generate more internal drive. They become more than just items on a to-do list. They become stepping stones toward your ideal future. The key is to set goals that challenge you while remaining achievable. Goals that are too easy fail to engage your full potential, while those that seem impossible can be demotivating. Finding the sweet spot, where challenge meets capability, creates an optimal environment for growth and motivation. Breaking down larger goals into manageable steps makes them less overwhelming and more actionable. Each small win builds momentum and reinforces your motivation, creating a positive feedback loop. As you achieve these smaller objectives, your confidence grows and your capacity for handling bigger challenges expands. Developing genuine interest in your work amplifies intrinsic motivation. This doesn't mean every task will be inherently exciting, but you can learn to find engaging aspects in most activities. Look for opportunities to learn, grow, and improve. Approach challenges with curiosity rather than dread. Ask yourself what skills you can develop or what insights you might gain from each experience. The mindset you bring to your work significantly impacts your motivation. Viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to overcome changes how you approach difficult tasks. This growth mindset makes hard work more appealing because it focuses on the process of improvement rather than just the end result. As you develop your intrinsic motivation, you'll notice a shift in how you perceive effort and challenge. Hard work becomes less about forcing yourself to do something and more about pursuing growth and mastery. This shift is crucial because it transforms the very nature of how you approach work. The strategies and insights in this chapter lay the groundwork for a deeper transformation that will unfold throughout this book. As you progress through the following chapters, you'll discover powerful techniques for rewiring your mind and creating lasting change. The next chapter will reveal a revolutionary approach to altering your perception of hard work, one that will make you see effort in an entirely new light. Remember, the spark of motivation lies within you. By understanding and nurturing your intrinsic drivers, you can transform your relationship with hard work from one of reluctance to one of enthusiasm and purpose. The journey ahead will challenge you, but it will also empower you to achieve things you never thought possible. The path to mastering your motivation begins with this fundamental shift in understanding. As we move forward, you'll discover how to harness the power of mind reframing to fundamentally alter how you perceive and approach challenges. This next step will build upon the foundation we've laid here, taking you deeper into the art of self-persuasion. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to Grow to the Top and activate notifications to receive more self-improvement tips that will supercharge your growth. And make sure to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps the channel grow. Thank you for your support. Chapter 2, Mind Reframing. Two people face the same challenging task. One sees it as an overwhelming burden, while the other views it as an exciting opportunity for growth. Same task, drastically different responses. What creates this stark contrast in perception? The answer lies in a powerful psychological mechanism that shapes every aspect of our experience, the way we frame our thoughts. Your mind is like a sophisticated camera, capable of viewing any situation through multiple lenses. The lens you choose determines not just how you see the situation, but how you feel about it, and ultimately how you respond to it. This mental photography process happens automatically, often without our conscious awareness, yet it profoundly influences our motivation and behavior. Think about the last time you faced a difficult task. What thoughts immediately crossed your mind? Did you feel a sense of dread, or did you feel a spark of excitement? Your instant reaction wasn't random. It was shaped by your mental framework, a complex network of beliefs, assumptions, and thought patterns that you've developed over time. The fascinating truth about these mental frameworks is that they're not fixed. Just as you can adjust a camera's settings to capture different aspects of the same scene, you can adjust your mental lens to transform how you perceive and respond to challenges. This ability to consciously shift your perspective is what we call mind reframing, and it's one of the most powerful tools for transforming your relationship with hard work. But here's what makes mind reframing truly remarkable. It's not just about positive thinking or forcing yourself to see the bright side. It's about fundamentally altering the way your brain processes and interprets information. When you master this skill, you don't have to convince yourself to work hard. Your mind naturally begins to crave the challenge. Consider how your current thought patterns might be acting like invisible barriers, limiting your potential without you even realizing it. These patterns often operate beneath the surface of conscious awareness, silently influencing your decisions and actions. They might manifest as subtle doubts, automatic negative reactions, or deeply held beliefs about what you can or cannot achieve. The power of perspective extends far beyond simple optimism. Your thoughts create neural pathways in your brain, and these pathways become stronger with repeated use. When you consistently frame challenges in a negative light, you strengthen the neural connections associated with avoidance and resistance. Conversely, when you learn to reframe these challenges as opportunities, you begin building new neural pathways that support growth and resilience. Understanding cognitive reframing requires recognizing that your thoughts aren't just passive observations, they're active creators of your reality. Every time you encounter a situation, your mind doesn't just record it, it interprets it, labels it, and assigns meaning to it. This interpretation then triggers emotional responses and behavioral patterns that can either empower or limit you. The key to transforming your relationship with hard work lies in identifying and challenging these automatic interpretations. Often, we accept our initial thoughts about a situation as absolute truth, when in reality, they're just one possible interpretation among many. By learning to question these automatic thoughts and consciously choose different perspectives, you can begin to reshape your entire experience of effort and challenge. Think of your mind as a storyteller, constantly crafting narratives about your experiences. These stories aren't just passive accounts, they're powerful scripts that influence your future actions. When you tell yourself that hard work is draining and overwhelming, you're not just describing your experience, you're programming your brain to respond with resistance and avoidance. But what if you could rewrite these stories? What if you could train your mind to automatically seek the opportunity in every challenge? This isn't about denying difficulties or pretending everything is easy. It's about developing the ability to hold multiple perspectives simultaneously and consciously choosing the most empowering view. The process begins with awareness. Start paying attention to your automatic thoughts about work and effort. Notice the subtle ways your mind might be sabotaging your motivation through limiting beliefs and negative assumptions. These thought patterns might be so familiar that they seem like objective truth rather than learned interpretations. Common limiting beliefs often masquerade as realistic assessments of our capabilities. I'm not naturally disciplined. Hard work always feels overwhelming, or I can't maintain motivation for long. These thoughts might feel true because you've repeated them so often, but they're actually just interpretations that can be changed. The real transformation begins when you start challenging these automatic thoughts. Instead of accepting them as truth, treat them as hypotheses that need to be tested. When you catch yourself thinking, "This is too hard," pause and ask yourself, "Is this really too hard, or am I just unfamiliar with it? What would make it feel more manageable? How might someone else view this challenge?" Developing this questioning mindset opens up new possibilities for how you can interpret and respond to challenges. It's not about forcing yourself to think positively. It's about expanding your perspective to include more empowering interpretations. When you have multiple ways to view a situation, You can choose the perspective that serves you best. The growth mindset plays a crucial role in this transformation. When you truly believe that your abilities can be developed through effort and learning, challenges become opportunities rather than threats. This isn't just positive thinking, it's a fundamental shift in how you understand human potential and personal development. One of the most powerful aspects of mind reframing is its ability to transform obstacles into stepping stones. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen your capabilities, every setback a chance to learn and improve. This isn't about denying the difficulty of challenges, it's about choosing to focus on their potential value rather than their immediate discomfort. The practice of positive thinking takes on new meaning when approached through the lens of mind reframing. Instead of trying to force positive thoughts over negative ones, focus on expanding your perspective to include multiple interpretations of each situation. This allows you to maintain realistic awareness while consciously choosing more empowering viewpoints. Regular practice is essential for making this new way of thinking automatic. Start with small challenges and gradually work your way up to bigger ones. Notice how different interpretations of the same situation can lead to different emotional responses and levels of motivation. Pay attention to which perspectives energize you and which ones drain your motivation. As you continue practicing mind reframing, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in how you automatically respond to challenges. What once seemed overwhelming might start to feel interesting or even exciting. The key is consistency. Keep practicing even when it feels challenging, knowing that each effort strengthens these new neural pathways. The potential outcomes of mastering mind reframing are profound. At first, you might simply become more aware of your negative thought patterns. With continued practice, you'll develop the ability to consistently choose more empowering perspectives. Eventually, positive reframing becomes automatic, fundamentally transforming how you experience challenges and hard work. Of course, this journey isn't without its challenges. You might struggle to identify negative thoughts at first, or find yourself reverting to old patterns under stress. The key is to approach these difficulties with the same reframing mindset. View them as natural parts of the learning process rather than signs of failure. As you develop this new relationship with challenges and hard work, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to growth opportunities that you might have avoided before. This isn't just about changing your thoughts, it's about transforming your entire experience of effort and challenge. The next chapter will introduce you to a mysterious force that makes hard work not just easier, but almost automatic. It's a hidden pattern that, once understood, can transform even the most challenging tasks into natural flowing parts of your day. But first, master the art of mind reframing. It's the foundation upon which all other motivational strategies build. Chapter 3: Habit Looping. Imagine if you could make hard work as automatic as blinking your eyes. What if discipline wasn't something you had to force, but rather a natural flow of actions that happened almost effortlessly? This isn't just a fantasy. It's the power of what behavioral scientists have discovered about the hidden patterns that drive our daily actions. Deep within your brain lies an extraordinary mechanism that, once understood, can transform even the most challenging tasks into automatic behaviors. This mechanism operates silently in the background of your consciousness, shaping your actions and decisions without you even realizing it. It's the same force that allows you to perform complex actions without conscious thought, and it holds the key to making hard work feel natural and effortless. Think about how many actions you perform each day without consciously thinking about them. These automatic behaviors didn't start out that way. They became automatic through a fascinating process that occurs in your brain. This process, which we'll explore in detail, can be harnessed to transform any deliberate action into an automatic response. The secret lies in understanding what scientists call the habit loop, a neurological pattern that governs every habit in your life. This pattern is so powerful that it can make the most challenging tasks feel as natural as walking. But before we dive into its components, it's crucial to understand why this mechanism is so fundamental to motivation and discipline. Your brain is constantly looking for ways to save energy and automate processes. It does this by converting repeated actions into automatic routines. This automation is what allows you to perform complex tasks without conscious effort, freeing up mental resources for other activities. When you harness this natural tendency, you can make discipline and hard work part of your default programming. The beauty of this system is that it operates independently of willpower. While willpower is like a muscle that can become fatigued, habits work on autopilot, requiring minimal conscious effort once established. This means you can maintain consistent effort even when motivation is low or stress is high. But here's what makes this mechanism truly remarkable. It can be deliberately engineered. By understanding the components of the habit loop and how they interact, you can design automatic behaviors that support your goals. This isn't about forcing yourself to work hard. It's about creating conditions where hard work becomes your natural response. The habit loop consists of 3 essential elements that work together in a continuous cycle. Each element plays a crucial role in establishing and maintaining automatic behaviors. Understanding these elements is like getting access to the control panel of your automatic behaviors. Your current habits, both productive and unproductive, all follow this same pattern. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can begin to see how your existing habits either support or undermine your goals. This awareness is the first step in taking control of your automatic behaviors. Think of your current routines as well-worn paths in your brain. These neural pathways have been strengthened through repetition, making them the default routes for your behavior. Some of these paths may lead to productivity and growth, while others might lead to procrastination and resistance to hard work. The key to creating new productive habits lies in understanding how to lay down new neural pathways while gradually allowing the unproductive ones to fade. This process doesn't require superhuman willpower. It requires strategic planning and understanding of how habits form and persist. Environmental cues play a crucial role in triggering habits. These triggers can be physical objects, specific times of day, emotional states, or even other habits. By carefully selecting and arranging these cues, you can create an environment that naturally prompts productive behavior. The routine itself, the actual behavior you want to establish, needs to be clearly defined and achievable. Starting with small, manageable actions allows you to build momentum and confidence. These micro-habits might seem insignificant at first, but they create the foundation for larger changes. Rewards are what make habits stick, but they don't always have to be external. The satisfaction of completion, the sense of progress, or the feeling of mastery can be powerful internal rewards that reinforce positive habits. The key is ensuring the reward is immediate and consistently follows the desired behavior. One of the most powerful aspects of habit formation is the concept of habit stacking, attaching new habits to existing ones. This technique leverages the strength of established habits to support the development of new ones, creating a chain of productive behaviors that flow naturally from one to the next. Decision fatigue can sabotage even the strongest motivation, but habits bypass this problem by eliminating the need for conscious decision-making. When behaviors become automatic, you no longer have to decide whether to do them. They just happen naturally as part of your routine. Momentum is a powerful force in habit formation. Each small win builds confidence and makes the next action easier. By starting with manageable tasks and gradually increasing complexity, you create a positive feedback loop that supports continued growth and development. Tracking your habits provides valuable feedback about your progress and helps maintain motivation. Simple tracking methods can help you identify patterns, celebrate successes, and spot areas that need adjustment. The key is finding a tracking method that works for you without becoming burdensome. Flexibility is essential in habit development. What works initially might need adjustment as circumstances change or as you progress. Being willing to adapt your approach while maintaining consistency in your core habits ensures long-term success. The potential outcomes of mastering habit loops range from establishing single productive habits to creating an entire lifestyle where discipline feels effortless. The key is patience and persistence, recognizing that lasting change happens gradually through consistent small actions. Common challenges in habit formation include maintaining consistency, choosing effective triggers, and avoiding overwhelm from trying to change too much at once. The solutions often involve simplifying your approach, reinforcing rewards, and focusing on one change at a time. As you begin to master the habit loop, you'll discover that discipline becomes less about forcing yourself to work hard and more about following the natural flow of your established routines. This transformation makes hard work feel less like a struggle and more like a natural expression of who you are. The next chapter will reveal a powerful technique that goes beyond mere habit formation. It taps into a hidden aspect of your mind that can make any task not just automatic, but deeply compelling. This mysterious force has the power to transform your entire experience of work and effort. But first, master the art of habit looping. It's the foundation upon which this next level of motivation builds. Chapter 4: Visualization Techniques. Your mind possesses an extraordinary power that most people never fully harness. It's a capability so profound that it can literally rewire your brain and transform your relationship with hard work. This power lies dormant in most individuals, yet when properly activated, it can create an irresistible pull toward your goals and make disciplined action feel almost magnetic. What makes this mental tool particularly fascinating is that it operates on the same neural pathways as physical action. When you engage this power, your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagination and reality. This means you can create powerful motivational states and build new neural patterns without actually performing the physical actions. Yet your brain responds as if you had. This hidden ability is your mind's capacity for vivid visualization. But this isn't about simple daydreaming or wishful thinking. The type of visualization we're exploring is a sophisticated mental technique that engages multiple brain regions and creates lasting neurological changes. It's a systematic approach to programming your mind for success and creating an automatic attraction to hard work. Think of your brain as a sophisticated simulator, capable of running complex scenarios and generating genuine physiological responses to imagined situations. When you harness this simulator correctly, you can create powerful emotional states and behavioral tendencies that persist even after the visualization ends. This is why elite performers in various fields have long used visualization as a secret weapon for success. The science behind this process is remarkable. When you engage in detailed visualization, your brain activates many of the same neural networks used in actual physical performance. This means that through proper visualization, you can strengthen neural pathways associated with productive behaviors and positive emotional states, making them more likely to occur in real situations. But here's what makes this technique truly powerful. It bridges the gap between your current reality and your desired future. By vividly experiencing your goals in your mind, you create a neural blueprint for success. This blueprint serves as a guide for your brain, making it easier to recognize and act on opportunities that align with your visualized future. The key to effective visualization lies in its specificity and sensory richness. Generic or vague mental images won't create the powerful neural connections you need. Instead, you must create detailed, multi-sensory experiences in your mind. This means not just seeing your goals, but feeling, hearing, and fully experiencing them in your imagination. When you visualize with this level of detail, something remarkable happens. Your brain begins to create new neural pathways that support your desired behaviors and outcomes. These pathways become stronger with each visualization session, gradually making productive actions feel more natural and automatic. The emotional component of visualization is crucial. Your brain responds strongly to emotional experiences, whether real or imagined. By incorporating positive emotions into your visualizations, you create powerful associations that make hard work more appealing. This emotional engagement helps override existing negative associations with effort and discipline. Consider how your brain processes future events. When you think about an upcoming challenge, your brain generates predictions based on past experiences and current beliefs. Through strategic visualization, you can influence these predictions, making your brain more likely to anticipate success and satisfaction rather than struggle and difficulty. The practice of visualization requires a systematic approach. Start with clear, specific goals that you can imagine in vivid detail. See yourself not just achieving these goals, but actively engaging in the process of working toward them. Feel the satisfaction of making progress, the sense of accomplishment in overcoming challenges, and the joy of moving closer to your objectives. Incorporating all your senses makes the visualization more powerful. Imagine the sounds associated with your productive work, the physical sensations of taking action, the emotions of progress and achievement. The more sensory details you include, the more real the experience becomes to your brain. Creating a daily visualization practice helps strengthen these mental patterns. Just as physical exercise builds muscle, regular visualization builds mental pathways that support your goals. The key is consistency. Short, focused sessions done regularly are more effective than occasional long sessions. One powerful aspect of visualization is its ability to help you overcome mental barriers. When you repeatedly visualize yourself successfully handling challenges, you build confidence and reduce anxiety about real-world situations. Your brain begins to see challenges as manageable rather than overwhelming. The technique of emotional amplification can significantly enhance your visualizations. This involves deliberately intensifying the positive emotions associated with productive behavior. Feel the deep satisfaction of completing important tasks, the pride of maintaining discipline, the excitement of making progress toward your goals. Focus is crucial during visualization sessions. Your mind might initially wander, but with practice, you can maintain clearer and more sustained mental images. Start with shorter sessions and gradually increase duration as your concentration improves. The goal is to create vivid, uninterrupted mental experiences that fully engage your brain. Skepticism about visualization is common, but understanding the neurological basis helps overcome doubt. This isn't magical thinking. It's a scientifically supported method of programming your brain for success. The key is approaching it as a serious mental training technique rather than passive daydreaming. Regular practice leads to increasingly powerful results. At first, you might notice subtle changes in your motivation and attitude toward work. Over time, these changes become more pronounced, leading to automatic positive responses to challenges and opportunities for growth. The potential outcomes of mastering visualization are profound. Beyond just increased motivation, you can develop an intuitive drive toward productive behavior. Work becomes more appealing because your brain has been programmed to associate it with positive experiences and outcomes. Common challenges include difficulty maintaining clear mental images or connecting emotionally with visualizations. These challenges can be overcome through practice and by gradually increasing the detail and emotional content of your mental imagery. Start simple and build complexity over time. Patience is essential in this process. Just as physical skills take time to develop, mental skills require consistent practice to strengthen. Trust that each visualization session is contributing to positive neural changes, even if the effects aren't immediately apparent. As you develop your visualization practice, you'll discover that hard work begins to feel more natural and appealing. The gap between intention and action narrows, and productive behavior becomes increasingly automatic. This transformation occurs because you're literally rewiring your brain's response to challenge and effort. The next chapter will reveal an extraordinary environmental technique that makes motivation virtually automatic. This mysterious force in your surroundings can trigger instant states of productivity and focus. But first, master the art of visualization. It prepares your mind for this powerful external influence that we'll explore next. Chapter 5. Anchor Triggers. Hidden within your environment lies an untapped power, a force so subtle yet profound that it can instantly transform your mental state and behavior. This invisible influence shapes your actions more than you might realize, and when properly harnessed, it can create an automatic pathway to motivation and productivity. Think of your mind as a sophisticated instrument that's constantly responding to environmental cues. These cues, often operating below your conscious awareness, can either support or undermine your goals. The fascinating truth is that you can deliberately design these environmental signals to trigger specific mental states and behaviors on command. This powerful mechanism works through what psychologists call environmental anchoring, a process where specific stimuli become linked to particular emotional states and behavioral responses. It's similar to how a specific song can instantly transport you to a particular emotional state, but far more powerful when deliberately engineered. The beauty of this approach lies in its ability to bypass conscious resistance and willpower. Instead of having to force yourself into a productive state, you can create environmental triggers that automatically activate your motivation. These triggers become like switches that, when flipped, instantly prime your mind for action. Understanding how these environmental anchors work reveals something remarkable about human behavior. Your brain is constantly forming associations between external stimuli and internal states. These associations become so strong that the mere presence of a trigger can automatically activate the associated state or behavior. The science behind this process is fascinating. When you repeatedly pair a specific stimulus with a particular mental state or behavior, your brain creates a neural pathway linking them together. Over time, this pathway becomes so strong that encountering the stimulus automatically activates the associated response. But here's what makes this technique particularly powerful. You can deliberately create these associations. By carefully selecting and consistently using specific environmental cues, you can build automatic triggers for any desired mental state or behavior. This means you can essentially program your environment to support your goals. The key lies in understanding how to select effective triggers. The best triggers are distinct, consistent, and personally meaningful. They can be physical objects, specific locations, sounds, or even certain actions. The crucial factor is that they should be unique enough to create a clear association with your desired state. Think of these triggers as environmental anchors that hold you steady in productive behaviors. Just as a ship's anchor prevents it from drifting, these psychological anchors prevent you from drifting away from your intended actions and mental states. They provide stability and consistency in your pursuit of goals. Creating effective anchors requires attention to both the physical and psychological aspects of your environment. Physical anchors might include specific objects or spaces designated for productive work, while psychological anchors could involve certain phrases, mental images, or ritualistic actions that signal it's time to engage in focused effort. The process of establishing these anchors involves more than just choosing triggers. It requires building strong associations through repetition and emotional intensity. The stronger the emotional connection to the anchor, the more powerful its effect will be when activated. One of the most powerful aspects of anchor triggers is their ability to stack and chain together. By linking multiple anchors in sequence, you can create a cascade of productive states that naturally flow from one to the next. This creates a momentum that can carry you through complex tasks with minimal conscious effort. The implementation of triggers in daily life requires strategic planning. Consider the natural flow of your day and identify opportunities to place triggers at key decision points. These triggers can then serve as automatic prompts that guide you toward productive choices without requiring conscious deliberation. Music can serve as a particularly powerful anchor as it engages multiple sensory systems simultaneously. Different types of music can be linked to different productive states, creating a portable trigger system that you can activate anywhere. The key is consistency in your associations. Physical objects can also serve as powerful anchors when properly charged with meaning. These objects become touchstones that, when encountered or deliberately used, trigger specific mental states and behavioral responses. The more unique and personally meaningful the object, the stronger its potential as an anchor. The maintenance of effective triggers requires regular attention and adjustment. Over time, anchors can lose their potency through habituation, the natural tendency to become less responsive to familiar stimuli. This is why it's important to periodically refresh and reinforce your anchors. Monitoring the effectiveness of your triggers allows you to make necessary adjustments before they lose their power. Pay attention to how strongly each trigger affects your state and behavior, and be prepared to modify or replace anchors that become less effective over time. The potential outcomes of mastering anchor triggers range from increased productivity to effortless motivation. When properly implemented, these triggers can create an environment that naturally supports your goals and makes productive behavior feel almost automatic. Common challenges in implementing anchor triggers include selecting ineffective cues or failing to maintain consistent associations. These challenges can be overcome through careful selection of triggers and regular reinforcement of the desired associations. The key to success with anchor triggers lies in their systematic implementation and maintenance. Start with a few carefully chosen anchors and gradually expand your system as you become more comfortable with the process. This allows you to build a robust network of environmental supports for your goals. Remember that the power of anchor triggers lies not in the triggers themselves, but in the associations you build with them. The stronger and more consistent these associations become, the more automatic and effortless your productive responses will be. As you develop your system of anchor triggers, you'll discover that motivation becomes less about forcing yourself to work and more about responding to carefully designed environmental cues. This transformation makes productive behavior feel more natural and sustainable. The next chapter will reveal a hidden dimension of your inner dialogue that can transform your entire approach to challenge and effort. This mysterious aspect of self-communication holds the key to unleashing unprecedented levels of motivation. But first, master the art of anchor triggers. They prepare your environment for this powerful internal force we'll explore next. Chapter 6, Self-Talk Mastery. Within your mind exists a constant conversation that shapes every aspect of your life. This internal dialogue is so familiar that you might barely notice it, yet it wields extraordinary power over your motivation, performance, and ability to embrace hard work. What makes this inner voice particularly fascinating is that it operates continuously, influencing your decisions and actions even when you're not consciously aware of it. Think of this internal dialogue as a radio station that's always playing in the background of your mind. The programming on this station, whether positive or negative, profoundly affects how you feel about yourself and your capabilities. The remarkable thing is that you own this radio station, and with the right knowledge, you can take control of its programming. Most people allow their inner dialogue to run on autopilot, letting random thoughts and old programming dictate their emotional state and behavior. But beneath this seemingly chaotic stream of thoughts lies a structured pattern that, once understood, can be deliberately shaped and directed toward supporting your goals. The power of this internal conversation extends far beyond simple positive thinking. Your self-talk actually creates neural pathways in your brain, establishing patterns of thought and behavior that become increasingly automatic over time. When you master the art of directing this inner dialogue, you gain access to an incredible source of motivation and resilience. What makes this internal voice so influential is its intimate connection to your emotional brain. Every thought you think triggers a corresponding emotional response, which in turn influences your behavior. By learning to guide this inner conversation, you can create emotional states that naturally support hard work and persistence. Consider how your current self-talk might be secretly sabotaging your motivation. Common patterns like, "this is too hard," or "I'm not good at this," create immediate emotional resistance to effort and challenge. These seemingly innocent thoughts can create powerful barriers to action and achievement. The fascinating truth about self-talk is that your brain doesn't distinguish between what you tell yourself and what others tell you. This means that negative self-talk can be as damaging as external criticism, while positive self-talk can be as empowering as encouragement from a trusted mentor. Understanding the mechanics of self-talk reveals something remarkable about human psychology. Your internal dialogue isn't just a reflection of your thoughts. It's actively creating your reality by influencing how you perceive and respond to situations. This means that by changing your self-talk, you can literally transform your experience of hard work and challenge. The first step in mastering self-talk is becoming aware of your current patterns. Your inner dialogue often operates below the threshold of conscious awareness, making it easy to miss negative patterns that might be undermining your motivation. Developing awareness of these patterns is like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see what's been influencing you all along. Transforming negative self-talk into positive dialogue requires more than simply trying to think positive thoughts. It involves understanding the structure of your internal conversations and learning to redirect them in ways that support your goals. This process begins with recognizing that every thought is a choice, even if it doesn't feel that way at first. The language you use in your self-talk is particularly important. Words carry emotional weight and trigger specific neural patterns in your brain. By carefully choosing the words you use in your internal dialogue, you can create powerful emotional states that support sustained effort and persistence. Affirmations play a crucial role in this process, but not in the way most people think. Effective affirmations aren't about denying reality or forcing positive thoughts. They're about creating new neural pathways that support productive behaviors and attitudes. The key is making these affirmations both believable and emotionally resonant. The practice of positive self-talk requires consistency and patience. Just as negative thought patterns developed over time, new positive patterns need time to become established. The good news is that every positive thought strengthens these new neural pathways, making constructive self-talk increasingly natural and automatic. One powerful aspect of self-talk mastery is learning to use your inner dialogue to maintain motivation during challenges. When facing difficulties, your self-talk can either amplify your stress and doubt or activate your resilience and determination. The choice lies in how you frame these challenges in your internal conversation. Developing a supportive inner voice involves more than just eliminating negative thoughts. It requires creating a new relationship with yourself based on understanding, encouragement, and realistic optimism. This internal relationship becomes a source of strength and motivation that you can rely on regardless of external circumstances. The practice of self-talk mastery extends beyond formal affirmations or conscious thought control. It involves developing an ongoing awareness of your internal dialogue and learning to guide it in productive directions. This continuous awareness allows you to catch and redirect negative patterns before they can impact your motivation. Maintaining positive self-talk during setbacks is particularly crucial. This is when your inner dialogue can either support your resilience or accelerate your discouragement. Learning to maintain constructive internal conversations during difficulties builds emotional strength and increases your capacity for sustained effort. The potential outcomes of mastering self-talk range from increased self-awareness to profound transformations in your relationship with hard work. As your internal dialogue becomes consistently more supportive, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to challenges and opportunities for growth. Common challenges in developing positive self-talk include difficulty believing new affirmations and persistent negative patterns. These challenges can be overcome through gradual progression and consistent practice. Start with thoughts that feel authentic and gradually expand your capacity for positive self-talk. The key to success lies in making this practice a natural part of your daily life. Rather than treating it as a separate exercise, integrate awareness of your self-talk into everything you do. This ongoing attention to your internal dialogue creates lasting changes in how you think and feel about effort and challenge. As you develop mastery over your self-talk, you'll discover that hard work becomes less about forcing yourself to act and more about responding to your own encouraging inner guidance. This transformation makes sustained effort feel more natural and enjoyable. The next chapter will reveal a hidden psychological mechanism that can make hard work inherently rewarding. This mysterious force has the power to transform even the most challenging tasks into sources of satisfaction and pleasure. But first, master the art of self-talk. It prepares your mind for this powerful motivational force we'll explore next. Chapter 7, Reward Conditioning. Deep within your brain lies a powerful mechanism that can transform any activity from tedious to thrilling. This natural system, when properly understood and harnessed, can make hard work not just tolerable, but genuinely enjoyable. It's a force so fundamental to human behavior that it shapes everything from our simplest habits to our most complex achievements. Think of your brain as a sophisticated learning machine that's constantly looking for patterns and connections. When it discovers that certain behaviors lead to positive outcomes, it automatically begins to favor those behaviors. This isn't just a simple cause and effect relationship. It's a complex neurological process that can literally rewire your brain's response to challenge and effort. What makes this mechanism particularly fascinating is its ability to transform the very nature of how you experience work. Through proper conditioning, activities that once felt demanding and unpleasant can become sources of satisfaction and even pleasure. This transformation occurs at a neural level, changing not just how you think about work, but how you feel about it on a fundamental level. The science behind this process reveals something remarkable about human motivation. Your brain doesn't inherently resist hard work. It resists activities that it hasn't associated with positive outcomes. By understanding and working with this natural tendency, you can create powerful associations that make productive behavior more appealing and automatic. This conditioning process goes far beyond simple rewards and punishments. It involves creating sophisticated neural pathways that link effort with satisfaction, challenge with achievement, and hard work with positive emotions. When these pathways become well established, they can override old patterns of procrastination and resistance. The key to effective reward conditioning lies in understanding the difference between external and internal rewards. While external rewards can be useful tools for initiating change, the real power comes from developing internal rewards that create lasting motivation. These internal rewards become part of your natural response to productive behavior. Consider how your current associations with hard work might have been formed. Many people develop negative associations with effort early in life, leading to automatic resistance to challenging tasks. The good news is that these associations can be deliberately reconstructed through strategic reward conditioning. The process begins with identifying rewards that are genuinely meaningful to you. These rewards should be personal and significant enough to create real emotional impact, yet practical enough to be implemented consistently. The goal is to create a reward system that feels both motivating and sustainable. Timing plays a crucial role in this process. The connection between effort and reward needs to be clear and consistent for the conditioning to take effect. This doesn't mean every action needs an immediate reward, but it does mean creating a reliable link between productive behavior and positive outcomes. One of the most powerful aspects of reward conditioning is its ability to create a positive feedback loop. As you begin to associate hard work with positive experiences, the work itself becomes more enjoyable, which in turn makes it easier to maintain consistent effort. This creates an upward spiral of motivation and achievement. The art of designing effective rewards involves finding the right balance between immediate and delayed gratification. While immediate rewards can help establish initial motivation, learning to appreciate delayed rewards builds resilience and long-term commitment. The key is creating a mix of both that supports sustained motivation. As you develop your reward system, pay attention to the emotional impact of different rewards. The most effective rewards aren't necessarily the biggest or most expensive. They're the ones that create the strongest positive emotional associations with productive behavior. These emotional connections form the foundation of lasting motivation. The transition from external to internal rewards is a crucial part of the conditioning process. While external rewards can jumpstart motivation, the goal is to gradually shift toward finding satisfaction in the work itself. This transition happens naturally as you build stronger positive associations with productive behavior. Monitoring and adjusting your reward system ensures its continued effectiveness. Pay attention to how different rewards affect your motivation and be willing to modify your approach based on what works best for you. The goal is to create a dynamic system that evolves with your changing needs and preferences. The practice of celebrating small wins is particularly important in reward conditioning. Each small success, when properly acknowledged and rewarded, strengthens the neural pathways that support productive behavior. These small celebrations build momentum and make larger achievements more attainable. Avoiding dependency on external rewards requires careful balance. The goal is to use rewards as tools for building positive associations, not as crutches for maintaining motivation. This means gradually reducing reliance on external rewards as internal satisfaction grows stronger. The potential outcomes of mastering reward conditioning range from increased daily motivation to a complete transformation in how you experience hard work. As your conditioning deepens, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to productive activities without needing external incentives. Common challenges in implementing reward conditioning include maintaining consistency and avoiding over-reliance on external rewards. These challenges can be overcome through careful planning and gradual transitions toward more intrinsic forms of motivation. The key to success lies in personalizing your reward system to match your individual preferences and goals. What works for one person may not work for another, so take time to discover what truly motivates you and build your system around those insights. As you develop your reward conditioning practice, you'll discover that hard work becomes increasingly satisfying on its own. The need for external rewards gradually diminishes as you build stronger internal associations between effort and satisfaction. The next chapter will reveal a profound shift in self-perception that can permanently alter your relationship with hard work. This mysterious transformation goes beyond mere behavior change to touch the very core of who you believe yourself to be. But first, master the art of reward conditioning. It prepares your mind for this powerful identity shift we'll explore next. Chapter 8: Identity Shifting. At the core of every action you take lies a powerful force that shapes your behavior more profoundly than any habit or reward system. This invisible influence determines not just what you do, but what feels natural and authentic to you. It's the foundation of motivation that operates at such a deep level that most people never consciously recognize its existence. Think of your identity as an internal compass that guides every decision you make. This compass doesn't just influence your choices, it creates a framework for what you believe is possible and appropriate for you. The fascinating thing about this internal guidance system is that it can be deliberately recalibrated to align with your aspirations. What makes this concept particularly powerful is its ability to transform behavior at the most fundamental level. When you change how you see yourself, you naturally begin to act in ways that confirm this new self-image. This isn't about forcing yourself to behave differently, it's about becoming someone for whom the desired behaviors feel natural and inevitable. The science behind identity-based behavior reveals something remarkable about human psychology. Your actions aren't just the result of habits and decisions, they're expressions of who you believe yourself to be. This means that the most effective way to change your behavior is to change your self-concept. Consider how your current identity might be influencing your relationship with hard work. If you see yourself as someone who struggles with discipline, that self-image creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. The good news is that this same mechanism can work in your favor when you deliberately shift your identity in a positive direction. The power of identity lies in its ability to bypass the usual resistance to change. When you truly see yourself as a disciplined, hardworking person, productive behaviors don't require constant willpower. They become natural expressions of your character. This transformation occurs at such a deep level that it can make previously challenging behaviors feel effortless. Understanding how identity shapes behavior reveals the limitations of focusing solely on actions and habits. While these external changes are important, they often fail to create lasting transformation because they don't address the underlying self-image that drives behavior. Real, sustainable change requires alignment between your actions and your identity. The process of identity shifting begins with a clear vision of who you want to become. This isn't about creating a fictional character. It's about recognizing and developing authentic aspects of yourself that align with your goals. The key is identifying traits and characteristics that resonate with your true values and aspirations. One of the most powerful aspects of identity shifting is its ability to create a positive feedback loop. As you begin to act in ways that align with your desired identity, these actions reinforce your new self-image, which in turn makes those behaviors feel more natural and automatic. This creates an upward spiral of positive change. The technique of acting as if plays a crucial role in identity transformation. By deliberately embodying the characteristics of your desired identity, you begin to rewire your brain's understanding of who you are. This isn't about pretending, it's about actively practicing being the person you want to become. Visualization takes on new power when combined with identity shifting. Instead of just imagining specific actions or outcomes, you're visualizing yourself as someone who naturally embodies the qualities you want to develop. This mental rehearsal helps bridge the gap between your current and desired identity. The process of reinforcing your new identity requires consistent alignment between your actions and your self-image. Every choice becomes an opportunity to strengthen or weaken your desired identity. By making choices that confirm your new self-image, you gradually make this identity more solid and real. Identity statements serve as powerful tools for reinforcing your new self-concept. These aren't just positive affirmations, they're declarations of who you are becoming. The key is creating statements that feel both aspirational and authentic, allowing you to grow into them naturally. Resistance to identity change is natural and should be expected. Your current identity has been reinforced over years of thoughts and actions, so shifting it requires patience and persistence. The key is recognizing that resistance doesn't indicate failure, it's simply part of the transformation process. External challenges to your new identity can actually serve as opportunities for strengthening it. When others question or doubt your changes, maintaining your new self-image in the face of skepticism helps solidify it. This resistance becomes a chance to prove to yourself who you really are. The practice of identity shifting extends beyond conscious choices to influence your automatic responses and intuitive decisions. As your new identity becomes more established, you'll find yourself naturally making choices that align with this self-image without having to consciously think about them. Monitoring the alignment between your actions and identity helps maintain momentum in your transformation. Regular reflection on how your choices either support or contradict your desired identity allows you to make adjustments and strengthen your commitment to change. The potential outcomes of successful identity shifting range from increased consistency in productive behaviors to a complete transformation in how you approach challenges and opportunities. When hard work becomes part of who you are, rather than just what you do, motivation becomes automatic. Common challenges in identity shifting include resistance to change and inconsistency between identity and actions. These challenges can be overcome through gradual progression and consistent reinforcement of your new self-image. The key is patience and persistence in allowing your new identity to take root. The process of identity shifting is ongoing and dynamic. As you grow and evolve, your identity continues to develop and refine itself. This isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about embarking on a journey of continuous growth and development. As your new identity becomes more established, you'll discover that hard work and discipline no longer feel like external impositions. They become natural expressions of who you are, making motivation and persistence feel effortless and authentic. The next chapter will reveal the final piece of the motivation puzzle, a mysterious force that ties together everything you've learned and creates an unstoppable momentum toward your goals. This hidden factor has the power to make all your previous efforts exponentially more effective. But first, master the art of identity shifting. It prepares your entire being for this transformative force we'll explore next. Chapter 9, The Journey Ahead. You've now acquired a powerful set of tools that can fundamentally transform your relationship with hard work and achievement. But what you've learned so far is just the beginning of an extraordinary journey. The real magic happens when these strategies begin to work together, creating a synergy that multiplies their effectiveness far beyond what any single technique could achieve alone. Think of what you've learned as pieces of a sophisticated motivation engine. Each component, from mind reframing to identity shifting, plays a crucial role, but when these elements work in harmony, they create something far more powerful than the sum of their parts. This final chapter will reveal how to integrate these pieces into a seamless system that makes craving hard work not just possible, but inevitable. The transformation you're about to experience goes beyond simple behavior change. You're entering a phase where motivation becomes self-sustaining, where the desire for growth and achievement becomes an integral part of who you are. This isn't just about working harder, it's about fundamentally changing how you experience effort and challenge. The concept of Kaizen, continuous improvement through small, consistent changes, provides the framework for this integration. Each small step forward creates momentum that makes the next step easier. Over time, these incremental improvements compound, leading to dramatic transformations that might have seemed impossible at the start. Consider how far you've already come. You've learned to reframe your thoughts, create powerful habits, use visualization effectively, establish environmental triggers, master your self-talk, implement reward systems, and shift your identity. Each of these tools is powerful on its own, but their true potential emerges when they work together. The integration of these strategies creates a self-reinforcing cycle of growth. Your reframed thoughts support your new identity, which makes your anchor triggers more effective, which strengthens your reward conditioning, which reinforces your positive self-talk, and so on. This creates an upward spiral of motivation and achievement that becomes increasingly automatic over time. One of the most powerful aspects of this integrated approach is its ability to create multiple pathways to motivation. When one strategy feels less effective, others naturally compensate, ensuring consistent progress regardless of circumstances. This redundancy makes your motivation system robust and reliable. The key to long-term success lies in regular review and adjustment of your strategies. As you grow and evolve, your needs and circumstances will change. The flexibility to adapt your approach while maintaining core principles ensures sustained progress over time. Your relationships will naturally transform as you embody these principles. As you become someone who consistently embraces challenge and growth, you'll inspire others through your example. This creates a positive feedback loop where your personal growth contributes to stronger, more meaningful connections with others. The prevention of burnout becomes natural when you understand how to balance intensity with recovery. This isn't about pushing yourself constantly. It's about creating sustainable patterns that support long-term growth. The key is learning to recognize when to push forward and when to step back for renewal. Your capacity for achievement will expand far beyond what you might currently believe possible. Goals that once seemed overwhelming will become exciting challenges to embrace. This isn't just optimism. It's the natural result of having reliable systems for generating and maintaining motivation. The philosophy of Kaizen teaches us that massive changes come from small, consistent improvements over time. Each day presents opportunities for minor adjustments and refinements that, when accumulated, lead to profound transformation. This approach makes sustainable change not just possible, but inevitable. As you continue to apply these principles, you'll discover that motivation becomes increasingly effortless. What once required conscious effort becomes automatic, freeing your mental energy for new challenges and higher levels of achievement. This is the power of integrated systems working in harmony. The future holds extraordinary possibilities when you approach it with these tools and mindsets. Each challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, each setback a chance to refine your approach. The journey of continuous improvement becomes not just a path to achievement, but a source of fulfillment in itself. Your transformation will influence every aspect of your life. Professional goals, personal relationships, and individual growth all benefit from your enhanced capacity for sustained effort and achievement. This ripple effect multiplies the impact of your development far beyond its original scope. The real power of what you've learned lies not in any single technique, but in the synergy created when all elements work together. This creates a motivation system that's greater than the sum of its parts, a system that makes hard work not just acceptable, but deeply satisfying. As you move forward, remember that this journey is ongoing. There is no final destination, only continuous growth and evolution. Each achievement becomes a stepping stone to new challenges, each mastered skill a foundation for higher levels of performance. The tools and strategies you've learned are not just techniques, they're keys to unlocking your full potential. By integrating them into a coherent system and consistently applying them, you create an unstoppable force for personal growth and achievement. Your journey from here is limited only by your imagination and commitment to growth. The principles you've learned will continue to serve you as you reach for higher goals and tackle greater challenges. Each step forward strengthens your foundation for future achievement. Remember that the craving for hard work you've developed isn't just about productivity, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. This transformation touches every aspect of your life, creating a legacy of growth and achievement that extends far beyond your individual journey. The path ahead is filled with unlimited potential for growth and achievement. By continuing to apply and refine these principles, you'll discover that what once seemed impossible becomes not just achievable, but inevitable. Your journey of transformation has only just begun. This is the true power of self-persuasion mastery, the ability to consistently generate and maintain the motivation needed for any goal or challenge. Yet, as you embark on this journey of transformation, you might notice something intriguing. The deeper you go into mastering hard work, the more you realize that your fundamental self-image plays a crucial role in sustaining these changes. There's a hidden dimension to lasting transformation that goes beyond techniques and strategies. What if the key to making these changes permanent lies not in what you do, but in who you become? The answer to this profound question and the blueprint for permanent transformation awaits you in the audiobook Identity Shifting, the New Way to Reinvent Yourself in 30 Days. Tap the center of the video now to continue your transformation journey.